Hey, happy holidays. You're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I am Lisa. I've been doing lots of sort of like earthy toned decks, grounded. So today I'm mixing it up. I'm going to do some pastel colors. I got this new Prism Oracle for Christmas, which is pretty interesting. So I'm just going to kind of christen it on this reading. And we'll see where we land. I'll pull one of these to start out, and then we'll go from there. Hope the holidays are going pretty well. It was interesting because when I pulled out the deck from the box, the one on the bottom was movement, and I was just gonna say, you know, despite it being a holiday, it's like a lot of stuff that's been stuck for a long time is really starting to move. Okay, so this just popped out. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have fear. But what's interesting here is that there's this doorway. So it's almost like we're going through this doorway to the, moving past the fear. I just got that. And then this is what flew out. We got energy and happiness. So one thing that really stuck out to me just right away is that it's like we've got this root chakra color and we've got this sacral chakra color. So it's almost like we're building a new life from the ground up, which is interesting because there's been a lot of readings leading up to that about how like this truth coming out and this new foundation merging. And then the last one that I did was like about this new life on the horizon. So it's just like we're like moving through whatever limiting beliefs or blockages might have been stopping us in the past, and we're building a new foundation from the ground up. But I'm gonna go in here and see what it has to say about energy and happiness. Okay. It's interesting because they're kind of like the same color in this book, but anyway. So for energy, when the energy card appears, it asks you to pay attention to the energy that you've either recently cultivated or would like to cultivate. Tap into the momentum of something that you've been working on. Get excited about a new project or even a seemingly mundane task like cleaning your house. Now is the time to pursue whatever's been calling you. So that's interesting because, that is all about like building a new foundation from the ground up, something that you're really into. And happiness is one of the most beautiful feelings, as if the world is shimmering around you, but we seldom acknowledge when we're feeling good and instead focus on when we're feeling bad. So take this time to cherish your happiness, really experience and feel its warmth. So yeah, like really what I'm getting is we want to build a new foundation on what we're excited about, what makes us happy, and not on what's holding us back. Like this is a really important energetic shift that needs to be contemplated and from like a foundational level. Like that's kind of what I'm getting, which is a really, really powerful message to come through. But it's just sort of like start there, and then only good things will come out of that. So, all right, so that's an interesting start. Okay, we're gonna go to the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and we'll pick a few cards from here. Right. When I pulled it out and did the first split, I got the Emperor and the Hermit. And that's really interesting because the reading that I just did, it was like there was this whole thing about this hermit who had gone on a spiritual quest, and they were the one that was going to pop the bubble of illusion that was leading to the new foundation. So it's really kind of interesting. Like, it's almost like this person who's gone on the spiritual quest is like empowering themselves, and they're doing this by building a new foundation from the ground up. And that's, oh my gosh, wow. Okay. Okay, so at the bottom we have the Magician. So we're manifesting something, we're creating something. It's like you have all the resources you need to create whatever it is that you wish to create right now. It's all here, you know, and we have the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, and we have the Fool. So this is interesting because the artwork is like different than what we usually have. It's like we've got this little mouse with these little swords, and then we have someone who's just like cleaning house, which is interesting because that came up in the house and the happiness thing. It's just like we're cleaning up like all this stuff that's no longer serving us. And we're just like, it's like that's what we have to do to like make room for this new beginning. Like you have to make room for it. So cleaning house, we have the Four of Swords, which is sort of like the end of an era and sort of taking a moment to reflect about that. And then we're going to take a leap of faith into the unknown. Wow, this is really profound. But it looks like, you know, someone's trying to manifest something. And the strong message that I'm getting here is like, we like need to make space for it. Like really need to like contemplate where it is that you're giving your energy to fear. And you need to break through that. And we need to like, sort of like recalibrate and repurpose that energy towards what makes us happy, you know? And that's like a really important adjustment that needs to happen. Like, and what I just got was like, this is critical. Like, this is like, it needs to happen as soon as possible. Okay. All right, so I'm going to the crystal spirits, and I just did a split, and I got euclase and lepidolite. So we'll see what we get here. 23. Okay, euclase. Wisdom from within, inner truth, aligning with divine intelligence, and trusting your own earned wisdom. It's like when you're distracted by all the noise, it's sort of like reclaiming your energy, you know, like really like take a moment to like listen to your own guidance. And you know, we need to like reclaim all the places where our energy is going off to things that don't serve us, like that. And it's critical, like it needs to happen as soon as possible. Okay, and then we have lepidolite. Simplification, manageability, organization, and one task at a time. So yeah, like this is really like, it's almost like this efficiency expert is coming in and just like cleaning house on life, like, which is really appropriate for like the last week of the year, you know, right before New Year. Like we're like really getting ready for the new year. Like we're gonna have to do things differently. We're gonna have to build things on a new foundation, and we're gonna have to clean house, and we're gonna have to get rid of all the stuff that's like not serving us. And it's like needs to happen as soon as possible. Like one thing that just came to me was like, so there's this movie from the 80s, which kind of ages me, but When Harry Met Sally. And there's this whole scene at the end of the movie where he's like, he just starts running, you know, to like go see Sally. And it's like, there's this whole urgency about it. And he's like running, and she's just like kind of taken aback by his whole, where he just comes out of nowhere with this like, we have to be together, and like, and then so the line was something like, well, it's just that once you realize, you know, that you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, like the rest of your life needs to start as soon as possible. So it's just sort of like, time's wasted, like, let's go, you know? Okay, so when I did the split, I just did the work your light oracles for the last 2 cards. Align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change? So this is a really strong message that's coming through. And what's also interesting is that this card, it perfectly matches with these crystals. I mean, look at this. Okay, I'm trying to hold this up. It's just like, the message just keeps coming through stronger and stronger, but it's the same message. And it says, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Oh my gosh, this is really like having a lot of meaning for me, because I have been working on starting this new cheese company in the background, you know, and I mean, I don't need to say too much about it, but I've gone through this period of like profound, crazy abuse and persecution. And like, I've just been like keeping my nose to the grindstone, trying to work on new cheeses and stuff. But my new cheese company is called Future Hero Cave. And it's like I think there's been like a lot of people like that have been trying to get me to go back to work for a while, you know, or trying to help me, you know. But like, there's been all these obstacles, and like, I've just like kind of like retreated into this, you know, but it's just like, no, like you gotta come out of the cave and share what you got. And like build a new foundation that's not on fear. Like, this is a really powerful message for me and myself. Like, I mean, a lot of it, like, I shouldn't really say, like, on the internet, but suffice it to say, it's been, like, a really, really bad situation. So, anyways, this is a really, it's a powerful message, and, it's funny because the first thing out of the box was movement, and it's just like, yeah, I think that's overall, it's like, make way, because we're coming through. Like, that's kind of the message that's coming through. So, all right, we'll check in soon with more.